Hi friends! Today we're doing the very first garage sale video I've ever done on this YouTube channel. I'm so excited. Garage sailing, I think I kind of sleep on a little bit. I do go to them, but I think when you've gone to a few duds, you get pretty disappointed and you're like, why do I even do this anymore? I'm not gonna go garage sailing. And then you go to a few awesome garage sales and you're like, oh yeah, that's why. So we're gonna go garage sailing together, and then we're gonna talk about the kindness of strangers, which pertains to the garage sale, and I will explain to you why. And while I tell you that story, we are going to tour my local flower field, which is in bloom right now, and it is spectacular. My mom and I went garage selling together, so I'm going to be showing her haul as well. We decided to spontaneously go together on a Saturday morning, and Saturday means that it's not the first day for the yard sale. Normally, it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing for yard sales, or it's Friday, Saturday. But either way, at least where I live, Saturday is the last day, and a lot of people will think I'm not even going to bother visiting on a Saturday because it's going to be all picked over. But I hope this video proves you wrong and that Saturdays are totally worth visiting yard sales. I've gone to yard sales since I have done this YouTube channel, but I've never had a yard sale where I'm like, wow, this one is worth recording, because most of them are just, I find like one or two items and it's nothing special. But this time we really lucked out. What helps is that my mom and I like different things. So I love 1950s, 60s, and 70s stuff particularly. And my mom likes antiques and primitives. And antiques means like items that are over 100 years old. And I like items that are more, particularly the 1970s stuff, which is from when my mom grew up and she can't stand 70s stuff. So I look out for things that she might like, and she does the same for me. But I'm going to show you her haul and my haul. So if you like antiques and chippy, shabby chic stuff, then you're going to love her haul. And if you love colorful retro stuff, then I think you'll like mine. So let's go garage sailing together. All right, we are back. But before I share my haul, I want to explain how I found these awesome yard sales. Obviously, Craigslist is a great place to find garage sales. So on Craigslist, you go to the for sale section, and then there's a garage sale tab, and that's where I find some. That's where I found a few that I went to today. But the really good ones I found on Facebook Marketplace, and I do have a blog post, which I will link to below, which explains how to find yard sales on Facebook. Now, I ended up going to 3 yard sales with my mom, and then we also went to the thrift store, and I didn't buy anything, but my mom did. But I did go to a thrift store very recently, not in the same day, and I found something incredible. So I am going to share that one thrift store item that I found a few weeks ago that was really awesome. 2 of these yard sales were really great. One was kind of lame. I only found like 1 item. Otherwise, the other 2 were incredible. Now, if you watched my last flea market video where I talked about how much I love vintage gnomes and how they have to look a certain way for me to like them, I found this vintage gnome at a yard sale. Can you even believe? I must have done something right to the vintage gnome gods because I found 2 in the same period of time. I love this little guy. He's such a cutie patootie, and he's way bigger than the one that I found before. And he was only $1. $1. I mean, he does have chips, but I don't care. And if you watched my video all about how I love to buy vintage damaged items, then you'll know that I really don't care about an item that has flaws and imperfections. I think that makes them more special, and that means I can get this vintage gnome for $1. At that same yard sale, there was a really cool avocado green blender, and I already have a blender and I don't need it and I wouldn't put it on display, but Callie really wanted one of those vintage avocado green blenders, and so I got it for her, and it was only $5, and she was ecstatic. Now, the next thing I got was really unique and cool, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but they're these super awesome hotel items. So these are like plaques that I'm guessing would have been inside a hotel room, and it says, "Stop! Have you left anything? Please turn out the lights. Leave room key at the desk." And this was made in Chicago. And then I got this one says, "Please turn out the lights when leaving room." So I got both of those. And then I also got this room key, which is so spooky. I think I'm going to decorate with this for Halloween for sure. And it says the Occidental Hotel, Muskegon, Michigan. And this was also made in Chicago. So maybe they got like a good deal on making these for that hotel. But it's a really cool skeleton key. And I paid $1 for all these. So that was the first garage sale. And the vintage gnome made it 100% worth it that I went. It's starting to get a little dark. This is like sunset time. So I'm going to turn the lights on. Now, the second yard sale was kind of a dud. It was mostly overpriced stuff, a lot of new stuff, nothing very old. The only thing I bought was this beautiful floral vintage pillowcase. I love vintage sheets and pillowcases. I love to craft with them. And this one is really beautiful, and I don't have this one yet, and it was only 25 cents, so I definitely scooped it up. But the third yard sale had the best stuff, but not only the best stuff, but also something I've been searching for. If you watched my previous flea market video, I shared that I was looking for very specific things in my new house that I have. So let's start with the items that are cool, but we're gonna build up to the incredible holy grail for me. I got this vintage rainbow visor for free at the yard sale. I said, "Is this for sale?" He said, "You can have it." Okay. Is that cute or what? Here, let me put it on. Is this what dreams are made of? Also, happy Pride Month to me with this new visor. How fabulous. Then I got this really cool vintage tape measure holder, and I have a million tape measures, and I like to keep one in my purse. So now I have a festive little holder. It says, "Don't trust your eyes, measure the size." And there's a nice little measuring thing on the side here, but then you can also put a whole tape measure inside. So I'm going to keep this in my purse. Then I saw this really cool creepy bird with like a red eye, and I just liked it a lot to put as a little knickknack on a bookcase. But when I went to purchase it, he told me that it holds toothpicks, which makes complete sense, and I'm going to have it hold toothpicks for me. I think both of these things were $1 together. All right, we're going to start getting more exciting now. So I did buy, there was a McCoy pottery cookie jar, and it was really interesting and weird. And it was like a really dark color, like a black or a dark green. And it had like this stained glass looking floral pattern. I loved it, but it really is not my color scheme. If you've watched my video all about my new house, it is dark in there from the wood paneling. And so I'm embracing a lot of colorful and bright items, not necessarily dark colored items. And it was $5, and so I bought it for Callie, and she's very excited about it. I got these. Wait, I'll tell you the price after you look at them because I could not believe how much they were. Oh, I have to tell you this. At this garage sale, almost nothing was priced. And right away, my mom and I were like, ugh, a garage sale where nothing is priced? That's the worst. And everyone's different, but I can't stand when yard sales are not priced because then you have to ask and they're like, well, how much will you pay for it? And I don't know if I'm going to insult them. So it's very annoying. When things aren't priced, I'll just immediately grab something and ask them how much it is just so I can get a vibe whether it's going to be insanely expensive or really cheap. And this is the first thing I grabbed, expecting it to be like $20 for these, and they're beautiful. They're enamel pots with the cutest pattern, and they're made in Austria. They're very fabulous, and it was $2 for both of them. They were $1 a piece. They're so beautiful. They nestle together. I can't wait to display them. Plus, not to mention that Austria is my dream bucket list country to go to. So I just really like that they were made in Austria for that reason as well. But are you ready to see the item that I'm blown away that I found, and an item that I specifically have been searching for my new house? Let's go get it. Can you even believe this is for me, that I found this at a garage sale? Okay, it's a vintage floor lamp. I think it is. My mom thinks so too. Very 1960s. There's these beautiful globes, and they have flowers on them. I'm obsessed with flower prints. And I did check at the yard sale, and it does work. Both lights work. Here, I'll show you what the base looks like. The base is very strange. For one, the light switch is down here. That's what you turn to turn it on. And then what is this for? I have no clue what belongs in here, if there was like another light or what I could put in there. But if you have any idea what this part of the light was for, please let me know in the comments. I don't think another light necessarily came here because right away it hits this. But doesn't that look so beautiful? My mom hated it, which I think is hilarious. I think it is fabulous. Here's what the original price tag was. Because my new house is so dark, particularly the living room, there's two different types of wood paneling, and the wood paneling in the living room is awfully dark. It kind of looks like a cave. And so I need as many lights as possible. And so I specifically wanted a floor lamp. The cat just walked by. Hi, Blossom. Speaking of that, stay tuned for a creature feature blooper at the end of this video. It is all about the cat. I have made a lot of progress with the new kitty. Before, she would never come out here when I'm talking, but I'll show you at the end. Anyway, I really wanted a floor lamp, and then I also really want a swag light or multiple swag lights that I can hang in the living room. And I've been looking at flea markets, but they are way too expensive. If this light was at a flea market, it would easily be $150. And it was one of the few things that was priced, and it was $30. And I asked the woman if they would take any less. She said, how much would you be willing to pay? Which that's normally my biggest tip for flea markets and vintage shopping, is to get them to offer something first. And she immediately came back with, what would you be willing to pay? And so I said $20, and she said, okay. And it worked out because it was the last day, and so she just wanted to get rid of it. And I got this beautiful lamp for only 20 bucks. I mean, you can't even get like a nice new floor lamp for $20. So stay tuned for future videos where I will share more about my living room. I haven't really shared anything about my living room so far, but this beauty will be featured in it prominently. Now, just when you think this must have been the best item that I found out and about, you may be right. It's really hard for me to pick which item is my favorite, but now I'm going to show you the one item that I found at the thrift store that blows my mind that I found this at a thrift store. So I went to this thrift store a few weeks ago, and I went in there looking for some vintage fabric for a new project that I'm doing. And there's this one thrift store that I love going to, and they always have great vintage fabric options. So I went and I didn't find the fabric that I needed, of course, but on my way out, I was like, I should just take the long way around the thrift store, and it was almost closing time. So I only just walked through real quickly on my way out. It probably took me 30 seconds. And there it was. I can't believe I found this at a thrift store. Are you kidding me? This beautiful, beautiful Crazy Daisy Pyrex. A huge one. It's not a little guy. I already have a little one, and it has a top, and I'm obsessed with it. I lucked out and I found that one at a thrift store as well. And this one, I'm so excited. I'm gonna have to stack them on top of each other. This is my favorite Pyrex pattern. Green is my favorite color. Daisies are my favorite flower. I'm obsessed with this Pyrex pattern, and I found this. And what do you think I paid for it? If this was at a flea market, it would be pretty expensive. I paid more than I normally would for Pyrex, but it's still a very good deal. I paid $10. $10 for this. No way could you find that at an antique store for $10. In total, everything that I purchased, including the items that I bought for Callie, I spent $35.25. $35? This thing would cost way more than $35. What a good deal. If you find yourself thinking, yard sales are a waste of time, I never find anything there. Okay, I think that all the time, but keep going every once in a while. You never know what you're going to find, and you never know when you're going to hit up a really good garage sale. Then I went to a neighborhood garage sale a few weeks ago, and I didn't have a lot of good luck there, but the very, very sweet thing happened to me and reminded me of the kindness of strangers. And so I wanted to share about it. And the neighborhood that I went to, it was actually a neighborhood that has really old, beautiful homes. They're all like mid-century modern ranches or 70s ranch homes. This neighborhood is right next to the Frank Lloyd Wright houses. So it's a kind of an expensive vintage neighborhood. But let me share this story, and I'm going to talk about it while we go tour the local flower field. There's a beautiful local poppy field, and I wore this dress that I got from a yard sale. It's floral and it matches the blue, white, red, and pink flowers perfectly. And I saw this dress at the yard sale and I loved it, but it was $5. And I'm trying really hard to not spend any money on clothing right now because I just don't need clothing and I'm on a budget. I walked away from the dress, but the woman running the yard sale told me that I needed this dress. And I said that I was trying to save money on clothes right now, so I had to leave it behind. But she told me to take it anyway, and she just wanted me to smile while I wore it because she had this dress, but it has like an open back and she doesn't feel great when she wears it. She was a very kind stranger who decided to give me a gift for no reason. And I also wanted to visit this poppy field because it is planted by strangers and it is a gift to the West Michigan community. It's not planted like for crops or anything. They just plant it in honor of their son who passed away, and I'm not going to say why because I don't know if it's going to trigger me on YouTube, but I will share an article below about this poppy field. But it's a beautiful tribute to their son, and it also brings the community together. It's a very popular place for people to take family photos. So yay for the kindness of strangers. The kindness that that woman gave me for that free dress just reminded me that I should look out for ways to spread kindness to other people if I can. If you have any stories of strangers doing something wonderful for you, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And I'm going to be looking out for a way to be kind to someone and see what happens. Anyway, let me know in the comments what item is your favorite that either you saw at the yard sale or was in my mom's haul or was in my vintage haul. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I hope you can find a way to be kind to a stranger this week. Thank you so much for watching my video, friends. Bye! This is the closest I've ever been to her. I have the window open so she can hear me talking a little bit. She's never been this close to me. I'm so proud of her for getting on the doorstep. I might start putting it out here all the time now. So she can be close to me and know that that's a little spot just for her. I love you, Blossom. This is open, and I got a bit closer so I could talk to her. She looks at me sometimes. Oh, hi. I'm thinking maybe sometime I could open this door while I feed her and see if she'll come in the sunroom. Wouldn't that be cool? Then we can become best friends and she can maybe let me come near her and get to know her. Are you so cute? Look at you with the roses. Aw, there she is. What if that's my future cat? Aw, did you see her blue eyes? Hello, Blossom. We are within 4 feet of each other, everybody. She is looking right at me. I love you, Blossom. I'm so excited. All right, everybody. She left. Today's the day. I mean, it's still the same day. But I opened the door, and I am going to sit here. I'm going to stake it out, and I'm going to see if she's brave enough to come eat while I sit here. And if she does, I'm not going to move. Wish me luck. Oh my God, you guys, I have been here for 2 hours. She hasn't come back and sun is setting and I turned around to get ready to go inside and I thought there was a person standing behind me, but it was just my new lamp.